So you're getting set up for the morning. Real excited. Everybody's football. Oh wow. You know what? Call me crazy, but it's never too early for tacos.
This time on Disgruntled Scenario Reviews, we travel south of the border to America to try an exciting new scenario format by a new producer, as well as try not to shit our pants. All this and more on Disgruntled Scenario Reviews.
Woo. Just getting sweat.
Welcome, young and old, to another Disgruntled Scenario Review. Thank you for tuning in. I am Josh Nutt, aka Nuts. Boom. And we are here. Well, we're here to really discuss what I consider two top-tier scenario paintball experiences. The event, Mutant Warfare Insurgency, which, spoiler alert, you missed out, and where it took place. Sherwood Forest, the holy grail of paintball fields, is located in LaPorte, Indiana. It can be found on US 35, north of the city. Plenty of amenities in that city, by the way. So if you're looking for a place to stay, food, it's all down there. I've been to Sherwood one other time. I didn't get into LaPorte at that time, but I did this time, got myself some Taco Bell. Everything's there pretty accessible, so don't forget that stuff is there if you go out to Sherwood. You can find it. It's located on the US 35, as I said, north of the city. It's sandwiched between Interstate 94 and Interstate 90. And as we zoom in here, we can get a view of just how big the camping area, staging, and field really is. It's gigantic. Now, Sherwood has some interesting features, and they are not just found on the field. The rec room, for one, where you go to register and can hang out a little bit. There's some tables, chairs in there, a nice couch. It's filled with framed pictures of the past, as well as a collection of markers to gaze up at. The whole place, really, I find warm and welcoming when it comes to Sherwood. And that's mostly because of it was meant to be that way when it comes to the man who implemented the dream for Sherwood. Right from the road even, the fun really starts there crossing onto the property, where you really get a sense you are stepping into another world, one filled with the brim with adventure. Yeah, at this point I was kind of sighing with relief that I ended up not bringing the cat with me to help with filming. I actually had planned to. It's a little bit of a sticky legal situation. He was turned away at the border after I spoke with the agents there. It ends up he has a history I was unaware of. Allegedly now, he's made some rather sympathetic quotes online about terrorism. So it's kind of... Bro, no... We just started doing these, and you're trying to get me canceled already. Like, listen, I get that you worked hard on the costume and this bit, but I'm not going further with it. So put away that little kitty bomb vest. I said put it away. We're gonna restrict your access to the costume department from now on. We're not doing this. This is just silly, but... Moving along before this gets offensive. So let's talk Mutant Warfare Insurgency a bit. This is a first event for a brand new game producer going by the title Guru Games. It is headed up by Matthew Guru Walton. This reworking of the popular Call of Duty Warzone video game really gave it a nice spin. It came complete with its own story, and that really captured, I think, the essence of those games. If you'd like a full in-depth review of the storyline, please check out our Talking Events episode on Mutant Warfare, where we covered that, as well as the rules top to bottom going into the event. We'll be talking some of the rules in this video, but mostly ones that were changes to the established rules or new ones that were a surprise at the event. So this was your standard 1v1 for the sides, with plenty of extras to really help itself set itself up to be a scenario event. Those two sides were the blue side, named the Dark Covenant. Its commander was Boogeyman Jr. Wong. And his XO was Josh Goya Rodriguez. I am here with Junior Boogeyman Wong, sir. It's nice to meet you. Do you play for a team, sir?
Yes, I do. I actually started my own team several years ago called the Sicarios.
Sicarios. Like that, man. What do you think about the command role you stepped in today?
Honestly, it's something new. Like I told Guru, I'm a growing player myself. I'm barely starting getting myself into the roles of commanding. So when I heard about this one, it was going to be a Call of Duty style. I had to jump on it. You know what I'm saying? It's a new production. It's it's coming up with new ideas to bring to the paintball field, and honestly, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Because scenario games, it's fun to a certain point, but when you start bringing more props, more missions, and a little bit more complications to the game, it gets interesting. Because now you gotta not just play paintball, but you gotta use your skills to get the job, which is, to me, it's amazing.
Now, so it would be easy to say that you were excited when you were tapped to be commander.
Yeah, I was super excited. I was honored. I'm actually honored to be able to be a part of this, especially since it's his first game. He could have picked anybody else, but he gave me the opportunity. So I'm honored.
Now, when you got that nod for that, what route did you take for choosing your XO when you chose Goya?
When I chose Goya, I needed, honestly, the route that I took was I need someone with experience and that knows the field as well, just as much as I do, and another leadership. You know what I'm saying? This is not just about me. I don't care that I'm a commander. He's my XO. We're gonna do this together. And I told him, I told Goya very specifically, like, hey, if you got an idea that you want to kick in, bring it to the table. We're gonna run it. You know what I'm saying? This is a me-you thing. So I was super excited. I was looking for someone that I could, I could feel comfortable with, knowing if I step out, he can take it.
Absolutely. Now, I'm hoping I can get a couple more interviews during the course of the weekend. I don't want to talk strategy right now because I'm on the other team. I want to keep it nice and fair for you. But at the end, I would like to grab one more interview to talk about the strategy you had going into this.
Let's get it, yeah.
Absolutely, sir.
Hey,
it's nice to meet you. Good luck out there.
Hey, thank you so much, man. I'll see you.
And moving on to the yellow side, the Archetypes was headed up by Emery the Hammer Davis with his XO Baba Yaga, Jerry Maldonado. I'm here with Emery Davis.
What's going on?
Much here. I'm excited to play with you today.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, no, we're going to kick some ass. Now, what team do you play for, sir?
SAS Indiana.
SAS Indiana. Now, what inspired you to step into command role today?
To be honest, I just love the game. And come out to help support Guru for the first game. So I always tell Guru, if I get this game going, I'll be there.
Now, what route did you take to tap Jerry Maldonado?
We've been playing together off and on for the last 3 or 4 years, and we always never had a chance to play together. And once I got this role, I want to share the love. Let him get an opportunity, and let him and his team get an opportunity. So I reached out.
He opened it without any strategies you're looking at going into the game. We're not looking at no group numbers here, but you know what I mean? Like, any strategies going into the game?
Strategy so far,
so he opened it right away.
Keep 50, don't let them pass 50. Actually, well, to be honest, I want to keep them at the 30 to 40 yard line. The other team taking us for 50.
I got Jerry. Jerry Maldonado's joining us. You jump right in. Jerry, got any nicknames?
Call me Baba Yaga.
Bobby Yaga, absolutely.
This what you send to hunt for Bookie.
Say what team do you play for? Strike Force MagFed. Excellent. Now, how did you feel when you were tapped to be XO for Emery?
I was excited. It was an honor just for him making the call and asking me. I've only doing this for a year.
Yeah.
And every time he's called me to, to come to a battle, I'm there to show up. And I guess I was looking forward to it. Absolutely excellent. Look forward to the game today. Oh, yes, sir. Thanks for the interview, guys. Ready. Let's get it today, baby. We're going to get out there. Thank you. Yellow squad, baby. Let's get it. Let's go.
And thank you guys again for these interviews when the Commanders and Exos do this for us. It really helps flesh out the game and helps everyone understand what's going on to set up the drama of the event a little bit.
I am here.
Are we looking at the camera or are you?
Oh,
what do I do with my hands?
Oh, shit. None of this is thought out well, Lacey.
Okay.
You know that. I'm here with Justin Gleason, a.k.a. Lace. Any other nicknames you got?
Dickhead.
Dickhead's a good
asshole,
one. I used to have that bandana that said
over there.
douchebag, so I completely understand. What team do you play with?
The Deplorables.
The Deplorables. What a topical political name. What team are you playing on today?
Yellow, whatever they're called.
I think
Piss Boys.
I think Piss Jugs.
Yeah.
That's their mascot. What do you think so far of everything that you've seen, technology and everything in the game?
Oh, I love it. I've been following it for a few years, and it's fantastic. I think it simplifies all the mechanics that everybody is saying too difficult, and they can't figure it the fuck out.
I'm in an interview. I didn't interrupt your interview. I'm trying to make him look important, Joe. Relax. That's staying in. There's no edits here. There's plenty of edits. Any predictions about today's game?
Yeah, Yellow's gonna win.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
You heard
kick
it
the
here
shit out of
first.
people. I'm also on Yellow, and it's on.
Blue's going down.
Thank you for your interview, sir. We'll talk to you later.
Hey, here, let's do some player pack review here. Right on there, you get your yellow envelope, of course, yellow envelope, my name on it, Plaid Bastards right across the top. Let's see what we got inside here. Oh, all kinds of stuff. Oh, and a map, too. Ooh, nice little glossy map. It's pretty good. Nothing on the back. Got your schedule right down the side. That's fantastic. It's going to help out get through the weekend. What else we got? We got, I believe these were given to people who pre-registered first. A little commemorable little mask. But I think they pop right into your mask. We got, I think for draws, we got a little ticket. We got our yellow wristband. Now this is cool. They made an interesting choice. These go on your mask to tell you what team you're on. So the blue one's got blue one. We got yellow. And here's this, the RFID player card. This is the yellow player card. That looks fantastic. I already was inside seeing how it works. This is going to be a great game. I can already tell. But great quality on this. Nice solid construction. That's not going to break up in the bad weather or anything if we got any. But, great player pack. I think this is basically everything you need. The only thing missing really is, I guess, a rule sheet of some kind. But really, a player in the know would know where to find that online and get that for themselves. So moving from the teams, points. They were scored in a multiple of interesting ways. One by using your RFID player card. You would scan it, swipe it at flag stations in a variety of game modes inspired by Call of Duty favorites, so you could capture them. Here we have an example of the flag station seen in the game. A light pole with an RFID reader. Walk up, flash your card, and this would change over the color. It's already yellow, so it's not going to change now. But basically, that's how that works. Another being scanning your card to claim props that are found on field, which was a really interesting thing with a little buy station.
Buy more with money or what?
Yes.
Okay. How much are they with money?
Everything 1,500 in there.
Oh, 1,500 per card.
Yes.
Damn, that's pricey. Okay.
Yeah, but it's enough props to do it though.
No, I got you. I'll go slow.
And by using certain props, basically gathered from the producer to pick up signals from transmitters on the field to show that you've done them, and multiple different versions of that as well. I'm currently on a mission out by myself. I'm carrying in my backpack, I'm carrying a data mining box to do a lap of the field and attempt to steal data from various Wi-Fi hotspots. So I'm going for a little hike out back there. The second part of the game. Now it doesn't seem like everybody took the field, and some other people have already packed it in for the weekend, it seems like, and have gone home. So we're kind of in a more individual, a lot of 2-on-1, 1-on-1 situations. We'll see if we can get to the back side of the field, over by the north base, again like this morning. Maybe I can find some props on the way, and we'll see what kind of havoc we can cause. Blue? Blue. Blue. Armband. Okay, so we just completed our mission to get around the field with this box, so it can scan it all the Wi-Fi spots. We're gonna go here and turn it into Guru. There was also a bundle of side missions that I rather enjoyed taking point on, a lot of them, and tackling them plenty of myself, and to get these little gold certificates for them. And if anything can be seen here, I got busy with. Just came back from the producer's tent, a little shack they have set up there. His location is actual. I was able to sneak in when the producer wasn't there and steal 2 security cameras as per a mission. Yeah, a lot of fun was had doing those missions. That one, for instance, took some real planning and expert crack timing. Guru had left the shack to deal with some producer matters, which left only one real obstacle to gaining the cameras. Grizz. Seen here, this giant cake-loving man, he was something that I'd never faced before, but with the help of a stepladder and several bottles of chloroform, I was able to bring the man down and escape with my prizes. Real Mission Impossible type stuff. For no reason at all, I wore one of those fake peel-off faces that I revealed as I was leaving that it was actually me. Of course, in reality, I pretended to be shooting photos of props for this video, and snatched them while Grizz was dealing with ref matters. Another side mission required finding these intel files. They were scattered all over the field. They were an interesting part of the game, actually. I really enjoyed, because often some ones that you'd find would have clues to other missions. So we had this mission, medical diagnosis. It was worth $3,500. Loot and extract 4 medical intel folders delivered to actual complete the contract. So here they are, and they're interesting. They tell the story of a Dr. Karen Santiago and her lab results dealing with chemical weapons. So those are interesting to parse over to see if there's anything I needed to know going forward for the game. Another huge time-consuming mission was out on the field for location signs, and we'll show you a little bit more of these when we get out there doing the field review. We had to get all the longitude and latitude numbers off of them and then hand them in. It's a huge list. Some of them were actually hidden off the field, like the gulag, as we'll talk about shortly, was one, and we didn't even know until like later on in the second day. So it was a lot of fun, these side missions. I really enjoyed it. This harkened back to scenario at its core, doing these. Don't ever get rid of these if you're thinking about running a game. Just little packets of extra side missions. Well worth it. Yeah, so a lot of the side missions, everything, all the props you brought in, it brought you in money, which was converted. It counts as the points. It was interesting. The whole time there was a leaderboard. Here you can see there's the final results of it. I got pretty high up there myself. Not toot my own horn or anything. Yeah. But that's how the breakdown of the points works. Now, moving from that, let's talk about HQs. They're both off-field, which allows for a little bit of a little easier planning. I am a fan of on-field HQs so that you can drop them. That's always a big feather in the cap for a player, as well as help disrupt the other team's command structure by taking them off the field, and they have to, pick up and walk out, keeping them away from a lot of stuff they need for the game. But I understand why this is the first one was done this way. I'm hoping in the future that might get changed around. But there was 2 insertions here, is both, as you can see here. It would be I guess we call them south and north insertions for this. We then switched on the second day as well. What a perfect time to break into the field tour, though. Let's just move along to that. Now, I know if you skip this part, that's your prerogative as a viewer, but I'm telling you, you're doing yourself a disservice on not seeing the beauty that is Sherwood Forest. I was there once before in May. I feel now, after being there in September, late October, it doesn't do it justice to see it in full bloom, full coverage of leaves, everything like that. It's a beautiful place to play paintball. There's a really, really magical kind of atmosphere to get lost in for the weekend. Now the field tour, I think the most touching and, for excuse the pun, monumental place to start is actually in the staging area at the monument that the owner of Sherwood, and frankly someone I consider a scenario paintball legend, and I'm sure others would join me in that thought, Joe Stayback, place to remember his father who passed away in 2011.
One of the things you'll notice as I'm traveling around and having a look at this field is the constant effort, I think, to really draw your eye to everything. Everything is landscaped and looked after. Even the ground seems like it's just part of the appeal. As we come inside the main gate here, you're greeted on every side with a barrage of buildings, wooden bunkers, and beautifully maintained trails, all leading directly up to the crown jewel of Sherwood, the castle, complete with mountable ramparts as well as these guardian lions, giving it a complete classical look. Adorning the castle is several of these often used as torches in night games. We saw them at the Firefly event. Oh, what do we have up here? Now I know they have plenty of these license plates get pressed for this event. Stonehaven. I wonder what those numbers are on the bottom. We'll have to look into what these signs are. Maybe we can get some inside information about what it is and help us out tomorrow. But let's stop messing around and get inside here. Coming into the courtyard of the castle, we're greeted by the monstrous view of the inner tower, as well as the grass inside and fenced walkway. Really completes the look, bringing it all together. Another thing to take note of, is the windows. Very large, able to just pop through. One of the best places to get a bird's eye view would be the external tower for the whole field.
And one of the more interesting things about this tower is that it's been used before for command HQs for certain games where the castle was more the main hub for a team. So that's very interesting because this spot is fantastic for being able to see everything that's going on nearly on the whole field, for a good chunk of it anyway.
Taking one more staircase up, and a pretty steep one, if I do say so myself, and I know my knees do. We find ourselves in the top tower of Sherwood Castle, complete with ringable bell. Let's give it a try, shall we?
Now I was able to find this drone shot of the castle to really help tie together the field tour and show you what it looks like from above. Let's start having a look at some of the smaller yet very significant structures we find at Sherwood. Here's one that just occupies the area just to the left of the entrance we came in. Just to get an idea of how large most of these buildings are, they're roughly about 6 feet. Everything is built out of old railroad ties, it looks to be. Everything is notched in, held in place. This is fantastic craftsmanship.
Dotted across Sherwood is several of these octagon towers. Well, you can always count the sides. Another large part of Sherwood's forest is this part of the field, the harbor. It spans across a pond, and I don't know about you, but I'm not looking forward to that swim. Now, some called me crazy, but excellent field craft is almost like an art form. The interweaving of sticks and branches
with logs and still growing trees. It takes a keen eye to accomplish. Here we arrive at the aptly named South Base, and you can hear in the distance the cars on Interstate 90. A somewhat squared off building with a monstrosity of a tower dominates the south face. It's a very odd change from the north end base that they normally use for scenario games, as that one is a much more sprawling complex. I really enjoy the juxtaposition on this field of clean open spaces in the woods, and then a few steps away I'm in complete concealment, hidden away, ready to ambush unexpecting players. Exiting the wooded area before transversing into another one is this very interesting long strip that travels the length of the field from one side to the other. A lot of interesting back trails in this area, ripe for ambush. This is the north side of the field leading up and around to the north base, making it possible to flank it. Now, to each their own, but this is by far my favorite kind of field design. Bases that are easily able to be explored, and they're not just an end cap to each end of the field. It takes a lot to take out the HQ from the end and give you some more room to work, whether you be the people defending it or attacking it. It's a great way to do it. Much like the tales of Robin Hood, straight out of a storybook, so are the visuals that we're often greeted with here. Coming up the back road along the North Cape, we are greeted by the sprawling complex that is the North Base. This was my HQ the last time I was here. I had a lot of fun defending it as well as pushing them out. Just outside to help protect it, North Base hosts a multitude of bridges and buildings, helping to really fill out the area. North Base is protected much like the Sherwood Castle. Not lions this time, gargoyles. Perhaps a frightening warning of what lies inside. Grabbing another view of this strip that dominates the field, running from side to side, you can really get a grasp of how much of a no man's land it really opens up. We're here at the center tower of Sherwood, the key location for control, as it can easily help cut off the field from one team to the other. And once again, as we walk around, you really get the sense of care and love for the game in this field. All the effort that's put in, every little detail, the old hits that are left standing. Really sense of the proper feng shui and that classic mastercraft of taking care of a field. It's not an easy task. Joe should be proud of this place. One other small detail about this field that I really do love. Now, we're in the dying light. So as we get close to night play and things like that, as tomorrow night I believe we're going to about 7 p.m., the shadows play. But even during the sunlight, you can get still a significant amount of shadows, allowing for key moves like this. Playing here, shooting, sinking back into the shadows, leaving them wondering where you are before getting that drop on that opponent. Another key location for control and defense of the field, although it is not easy to control last time I was here. Once more to show off elevation changes in this field is me, a small-time YouTube scenario pitchman who's about 6 feet tall. So you can tell that getting up here is not an easy task, but control of it would really help out. This might be a little hard to see as we're into dusk now, and I'll try my best to get some footage tomorrow on the field of this. So this is a nice feature to the field as well. Almost a castle in and of itself, a rectangled fortress, complete with towers. Really dominates this part of the field. But it's actually not the coolest part of this area. As you'll see here, as we make our turn, this is really a neat feature. Once again, protected by gargoyles, this part of the field, although less scary ones. We find a graveyard, complete with headstones, and an ominous church building. With a staircase descending down into the darkness. But what waits for us down there? Enemy players? Who knows? Now, I would point out about this area, however, that this is a gang-playing style walk. So it's much easier to run up than transfer it down safely. Although there's a railing provided and a heck of a roof for someone my size at 6 feet. But what a sneaky little way to get across the no man's land and up.
All right, welcome to Sherwood, everyone. Good morning. Guys ready to play some paintball? We are playing a short insertion field, which means on the north tape line, it's where the pipeline is. You'll see the insertion area. You can insert there, or you can continue down to the secondary, which is the normal insertion point. Same thing at south base. You have 2 insertion points. The main one is right down the bottom of the road there. The secondary is the normal insertion by south base. You can use either of those.
So this was a really important thing, and I know some refs didn't even understand it either, that each side had 2 insertion points. It was the one closest on your side, plus the furthest one that they normally would have for their games. As Joe said, it's a small insertion field that we're playing, so it's normally not the north base and the south base, so you could use either of those ones, plus the ones closer by. Very few people heard this. It might be a benefit to, like, understand, like, maybe you should get up and, like, have a cup of coffee and then go listen to Rural Briefing so you don't miss this stuff. Because that was just, like, the one place it was that I heard it was in Rural Briefing. I think I used it one time. I know that other people didn't, and I wasn't on my game to say to other people, hey, like, they have us bucked down, they have us pushed into our spawn with the Juggernaut. Go down to the next spawn and spawn in down there. Missed out on that, because there was a lot of times we went, people can't even get on the field. And that's how it happens when nobody's listening and forgets those simple rules.
I think that's everything I got. I want to personally welcome, well, the Mutants and Guru Mutant Production. What's Guru Games? This game right here, you guys are going to see stuff that you've never seen before. He's using the Ronin Kinetics products, technology that has been in the works for the last 13, 14 years. 14 years ago, Indy called me and he goes, Joe, I got this idea. Would you use it at your field if I designed it and did all the programming and everything? I'm like, fuck yeah, that sounds great. Something we've always dreamed of, having the technology. The technology now is a cross between live action and video games. The stuff you're gonna see out here is being premiered this game. Eli and Big Bang Paintball out on the West Coast and in the South has been using some of the technology, but he was forbidden from unveiling everything until Guru unveiled it at this game. If you, we know there's gonna be some bugs, so roll with it. If you have any suggestions, comments, talk to Guru about it. but this is the first game where this technology is being used in full force. We are unveiling it. Ronin Kinetics is unveiling it here. Guru is going to be using it. And from here on out, it's going to change the face of scenario paintball. The stuff you guys are going to see out here, you don't have to take your phone out on the field anymore, because that was the biggest complaint for the last 5 years when we were play testing the technology. Well, we don't want to take our phones on the field because they're going to get shot. But yet we catch the people out there taking pictures and videos. The same ones that said we didn't want to take our phones to use the technology. Well, now you don't have to take your phones out there. It's right in your player badge. So that's another key thing. Do not lose your player badge. I'll let Guru go over all that, but I'm going to turn it over to Guru. We'll get you guys out playing right away. Thank you for supporting us. Everybody, big round of applause for Guru.
Thank you. So, this is the very first time we're using this tech. He made a good point about, well, first, thank you all for being here. Like, you guys are part of my first game. I'm going to say part of history, so thank you.
Love you, Guru!
Went over the rules already. I will go over a few of the mechanics. I want to introduce my head ref so that he can let y'all know that he's going to be the head ref. Us with the orange on, you can come talk to us. Commanders, can I get both my commanders and XOs up here, please? All right, so we got Junior Wong and Emory Davis. These are your XOs, these are your commanders. Blue side commanders over here, our yellow side commanders over here. Goya's going to be the XO, Jerry's going to be the XO for your yellow side. You can go to them for anything you guys need. I gave them a small briefing. I will be in constant communication with them. So if you have questions, you can ask them. If they don't know, they'll reach out to me directly and I'll respond to it. That way you get an answer. The spawn point. So blue side won at a coin toss last night.
What do you want?
Calling it.
Who called it?
Tell.
Tell it is. Please get the spawn. So,
Give me 1 second.
all right, go get first you got. Yeah, that's
the
cool.
man Goya thing.
Okay. So whatever one they pick, I'm gonna tell them the same thing too. So whichever one they pick, you get the opposite the next day. Yeah.
We'll take this side.
Okay, so they're gonna start there. So that means Sunday, you got this one. Blue side picked the back spawn. So you got blue team, you're gonna walk the path and go in down there. Yellow side, you're gonna walk the path and come down right before the hyper ball. That's where you insert. There will buy station. So the game is written up. The game is based on props, points, and money. At each one of your bases, there'll be buy stations. You interact with those to sell your props. That gives yourself money, your team money, and if you have an item that's specific, it'll give the team that item. So we talked about the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut is the prop. You bring it back, you scan it, you get money, your team gets money, your team gets the Juggernaut. That's how that works. It's very simple, and once you get to doing it, you'll be very easy to work with it. Talk about some shit. That's really it. There's 2 at each base. There will be 1 with me, my head ref, and you'll see Grizz. They're walking by stations. So if you see them on the field and you have a prop because you don't want to risk losing, you can talk to them. They'll scan it in, they'll code it, and then you're done. The backpack mechanic. So one upgrade I do want to talk about, the backpack mechanic. If you upgrade yourself to buy a backpack, you will receive a backpack, and you can carry up to 5 props. If you're shot and it's not in your backpack, you have to drop that prop. Yeah, there's your backpack, right? So any props that are in this, if you have it, it's secure. If you get shot, you don't have to drop it.
Okay, let's talk about one other purchase we decided to make. This is kind of interesting. These backpacks. So these backpacks will actually transfer over game. They cost me $15 USD. You're like, well, that kind of sounds like pay to win. You know what? I'm here to support somebody who's really attempting to revitalize scenario. So the extra 15, because this didn't cost them 15 bucks, neither did what's inside. So I think it's helping go into the pot, and we can really get them some money back for putting on a great event. So let's talk about what this backpack does. In the game, you'll be able to put up to 5 props in this. Now in the rules, you're allowed to carry 1 prop, but in this backpack, up to 5. I'll be able to start with it. Now you can earn these backpacks in the game by buying them with money you earn from looting stuff, but this one I just get to keep, and it's actually tagged to me already. So let's take a look and see what's inside. What do we got here? Okay, this is another one of these tags. This will also go on your mask, like the one from the player pack. So that's a good way to let them know that I paid for this. And then you also get this, and you keep this. It's an RFID wristband. It'll go around my wrist and let them know that it actually links this bag to my use. So I think this is going to be a great way to get me a leg up in the game and really help me out there. Maybe get earn myself an MVP award or an award for being the most highest looting player on the field. So yeah, those backpacks, well worth it. Even in the aftermath of thinking back on it, it was well worth it. It helped me a lot that weekend. Go through everything. And a couple of times I was on field picking up props. I didn't have to worry about them. Just put them in the bag, put them on my back, able to hike back. Whether I got hit or not, they were mine. So you're able to kind of transfer in pretty quickly, especially if you have to make a daring move to get something, because you're just going to run up with your back open and like scoop it into the pack. Even if you got hit as you were putting it in, it still counted. So well worth it. You could get them in game. Like we had a stack of them on the table in the command shack that people could buy off the computer with game funds. But I was happy to hand over $15 to Guru the pot to help him go further with this stuff. So if you're there in the future, great move for any player who takes himself seriously out there.
The last two things I want to talk about, the bounty system. Bounty system will be in play. If you want to be in the bounty system, reach out to me. I'm going to do it privately. That way everybody doesn't know you're a bounty. It's for fun. It's not like you don't have to do it if you want to try it out. It's for fun.
The bounty system didn't end up happening, which kind of sucked. I was looking forward to it because it was supposed to be on the field or off the field. So it'd be kind of interesting to be standing in line to use the porta potty or in the porta potty, and that door comes wilding open and you're getting stabbed repeatedly with like a foam weapon or something off the field. That would have been a really cool aspect. I think it would have actually upped the hype for the weekend of people having a lot of fun off the field as well. Not that there wasn't plenty of fun being had and stories being traded and stuff. So hopefully they do figure that out in next one for next year.
The other thing is the gulag. Now, the gulag is going to be in the 3-man here. You pick somebody from the other team you want to go up against. You go up there, you pull a coin out. It tells you what weapon you're going to be using for that gulag, and then you go out there and duke it out.
So the gulag, it really was a great idea. Another one of those Call of Duty throwbacks. It really worked out well. We saw people challenging each other. There's always, there was a couple of moments where people, at any event, that people get a little heated with one another or want to take a piece out of one another, start yelling, screaming, this and that. And it allowed that to be taken over by, I'll see you in the gulag. So it really did work out. I never got challenged to go down there, which might have been a mistake on Blue's part, because it would have taken, by the time you go over there, go through it all and do it, it does eat up a lot of your time. So there is a strategy there for next time they do this game to be like challenging, figure out who their key players are, and just send like minor players on your team to challenge their key players to try and eat up some of their time. Because if I was not able to do some of the things I had to do or stay on track with what I was doing with these side missions and stuff like that, or be in the know because I had to go stand at this gulag and wait for it to happen, it would really bust up some of that stuff that I was able to do for my side.
So I'm going to give it over to my blue commander first and let him talk to his team, and then I'll give it over to the yellow, and then we'll start this game.
What's up, Blue Squad? Woo! Y'all ready? Woo! Hey, first most important thing, I want you guys to all be safe. All right? Don't get out there and get all wild. Be safe, respect each other. If something happens, just walk away from it. All right? If you guys need anything, stay in communication with us. All right? Yellow team, y'all ready? I don't think y'all ready. We're ready. You sure? Hey, let's get it, Blue Squad. What's up, Yellow Squad? Where you at?
Yeah! Thank you for coming out to this game. Thank you for coming out and supporting us. Make sure you got everything you need before you hit field. Make sure you get air in your paint. Also, make sure you watch out for stumps out there. Make sure you're not falling. If you see somebody that's hurt, pick them up. Make sure they need help. Other than that, yellow team, meet us back there at the red tent so we can have a nice briefing, team briefing.
Just listen to the reps out there. They're out here to keep us safe. They're players too, so just be respectful. Let's have a good time and have some fun out there. Let's go, yellow team.
Yeah! All right, thank you to the commanders and the XOs for taking over this game.
Okay, so we lined up out on the field and we got out there. got out onto the field. I made my way down around the tape line into the back by the north base. I met up with some other players over there. I was searching for props. At this point, there was none actually dropped, and I was unaware of that. So I got into a couple firefights here and there.
Hey! Is that a yellow armband?
Apologies ahead of time, guys. I hadn't really used a GoPro camera before, and I had borrowed this one kind of last second to try and get some footage, so the footage isn't that great. Since then, I've gotten my hands on a couple of GoPros, so we're going to work on getting some good footage in the future for you guys.
No, apparently he's got a yellow armband and he's shooting at us.
But once again, very much I apologize for how crappy this video is.
We got blue inbound this way. I'd get a couple years up over here before you lose that line. Up around the line.
Also, any heavy breathing you're hearing in the video is not me. It's a much heavier, morbidly obese man who is constantly following me around just off camera. So keep that in mind. I don't want you thinking that's me.
Look at him. He runs like a Welshman. Doesn't he? Doesn't he run like a Welshman?
Hit! Hit!
After getting out here, I went back, I spawned back in one more time. It was a tag and go kind of game, so we touched back in and I went up around the castle one more time. And then I came back, and this was about 30 or 40 minutes in, I believe. I came back to the base, and they were still kind of getting HQ set up. At the time, I don't think our commander EXO was in there. I think they were on the field trying to get ground. They had left 2 people there. It was Shannon and Rick Roll. These 2 individuals were there trying to man the command shack. And at this point, I kind of pointed out to them, hey, who's doing all these envelopes in this box that was sitting on the table? And they went, we don't even know what those are, kind of thing. I said, oh, they're the faction missions. So I started pulling them out, and I individually emptied every single one out and read them all front to back, and marked the front of the envelope with what was on them. And this is what started my quest to complete as many as I could. So I categorized them in what they needed, what needed to be done, what kind of challenge it was almost, which ones were going to be the easiest, which one was going to be the hardest. And we started working our way down the list. That took us right through the morning. I got out probably about one more time. I think their Juggernaut came out on the field a couple of times and pushed us back, so we would go out on the field with, as we lined up and ran out there, I'd run back out there and help out the best I could to help push the line back. Then come back in and check out on how things were doing. During some point, I basically went back to my helping, like, command mode, where I basically was like, okay, I'll put my gear down right here. I got my radio and I got my bag of goodies, and we'll see what we can get done. So we started like operating on these little faction missions, which brought us probably right around to the lunch break here.
I'm here again with Emery, our commander. How's our day going so far? We're at the lunch break now.
So far, it's been a rough start at the beginning, but we turned around and we fighting back, and we're actually on top right now at half. And the thing is, I'm trying to keep our foot on the gas and don't let up.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the second part of that Golden Skull coming into play up in the tower. It's gonna be a heck of a firefight. All day we've just been. There was a good point in the morning where we were well ahead. Then they came back, took over, and now we're neck and neck, and it's been very fierce fighting.
It's been. I can't say they've become this competition, but we like it.
Has your battle strategy changed at all throughout the day?
No,
stay the same. Nice and consistent. I like that. Thanks, man.
After the lunch break, we came back. We were still on the same side. The Gold Skull, the fabled Gold Skull, that was worth a lot of points, was going to be in play in the afternoon as well, so that was important. So we tried to make sure that we let everybody know they'll be looking on the envelope for that. Yeah, at this point we started. It started being a madhouse for Rob and the refs, and all the shenanigans we started getting into with everything.
Certainly, sir.
Somewhere near the end of the day, we needed to try to get the latitude and longitudes for these signs. So I went, okay, it's probably about the last hour or so of the game. I'm not going to be needed at HQ, so I went out I just basically put on my mask, I had a radio, I had a map of the field, and I had what I needed to write stuff down. And I basically ran around all the signs that I could find on our side of the field to make sure we had them all.
It's about 6:45 now. We're still on the field looking for signs. I've seen very little movement in the distance by enemy players or anybody far into their end of the field.
I made it down to the north base around this large walk. Their HQ almost, I could see it crossing over some of these spots. And basically, a lot of people had abandoned the field, which allowed me to just kind of spread out and find what I needed to find. I was able to find some props, too, in the last couple minutes. It was a great time. So it was a good first day. It was a strong showing. They had, as I was coming back in here, they had lit up the castle.
I've just finished. It's after 7 o'clock now. I'm making my way back to the staging area. And they've decided to light up the torches around the castle. I was able to find, I think 2 or 3 more signs that we needed before 7 o'clock. Players largely abandoned the field before 7, giving me a chance to sneak around and get some work done. So we'll see what tomorrow brings.
Now, Joe had told me a couple ghost stories about the field as well. After I'd come off the field, he was talking about those. And he goes, yeah, you want to go out there and get terrified. It's out there. And all these ghosts and stuff. Civil War soldiers and all kinds of stuff people have reported seeing in the past. So I thought that'd be kind of interesting to take a little ghost walk out there. I went out with a flashlight and my pad and pen and tried to find some more longitudes and latitudes in the dark. I basically spent the rest of the evening doing that. It was actually kind of nice. The field is scary as hell in the dark when you're out there by yourself. I will say that.
All right, I still see people on the camping area, but we're not going to wait any longer. We're going to get you guys out on the field at 9:30.
It's going to be quick, though. It's going to be quick.
What'd you guys think of the game yesterday?
Yeah.
Woo! How'd you like the technology?
Yep. All right, so yeah, it's going to be real quick. It's going to be much of the same from yesterday, except for the only thing I want to change is I don't know if you guys recognize or realize or have fun with it, the mechanic where you get to rob my refs, right? Yeah. It's a fun mechanic. We're going to keep doing it. However, you can do it off field. To do it off field, they got to have the mask. So as long as they have the mask visible, you can rob them off field. On field, they're game.
But you cannot carjack a fucking golf cart.
Yes.
Hold up. What?
Yeah, they stole the golf cart. I said, hey, that one, you on your own on that one. Take that bitch back. You don't want the problem.
They fucking got carjacked.
Yeah, I seen him ride by. I said, what the fuck are you doing? Take that bitch back. You don't need the problem. He said, Joe was laughing. I said, hey, that can go either way, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't a happy laugh. It was more of a diabolical laugh. Like, yeah. Now go put it back.
Go put it back. You had your little 2 seconds.
Fucking Baker's walking up with grin. He's like, you fuckers got carjacked. You fuckers got it.
So one of your guys said they wanted to know what it was like to rob somebody?
Yo, these motherfuckers texted me was like, how far can we go? I ain't never robbed nobody, but this shit seems like really fucking fun. I get the chance, I'm like, calm down. Them over had smoke. They were putting together smoke bombs. They like, we about to smoke. No. I got some hooligans.
Okay, so this golf cart, I was present, I'm pretty sure, for when it happened. I released the tail end of it. I saw 2 refs who were like pissed off, and like these 2 blue players were driving away on the golf cart. It's pretty wild. We got into some shenanigans that weekend. I think it really helped up the lore of the game and everything that was happening around it, and some of the rumors that were swirling around with these rules with the refs and stuff, with robbing them and robbing the actual and this and that. I think even is mentioned there that I had heard a rumor, and Dewan there might have mentioned it with the smoke bombs, getting a bunch of smoke bombs together. I had heard a rumor that blue players were planning on smoking out the actual, and then like running in and grabbing everything with masks on and like grabbing all the props they could and running out with them. I don't know if that was true. I'm not putting that on anybody's feet, but it's a funny rumor that I heard, and I went, oh, these guys. Oh, this is getting interesting. This is getting a little dirty, and I like it. Games like this are fun. There's not everything's all buttoned up, and you get to experience and learn new things, all kinds of stuff. even learning how to rob things. I had to teach people how to rob other people. Some people came up to me and were like, "What do we do?" Like, I'm like, "What? You don't know how to rob somebody?"
And my head ref cannot be robbed. He has stuff that he cannot be robbed. Everybody else is good. The head ref cannot be robbed. Refs might not have stuff, so it's at your discretion.
Blue team, rob the head ref.
I tried yesterday.
Hey, absolutely. You can rob me, but I will need a player card.
I'm taking your shoes.
Yeah.
Hold back for a player card.
With that being said, that was really like that. Much of the same yesterday. The blue spawn now is on this side. The yellow spawn is spawning on that side. Your buy station should be there. I'll come over and activate it within the next 30 minutes. You want to come up and say something as the commander of your squad? Is Junior out here though? No?
He's still sleepy. He went home.
He's getting ready? Okay. I don't want to give one chance to not another. But
I mean, some people showed up, some people didn't.
Yeah, one person showed up. You should give him a chance.
You should get a reward for being here on
Go
time.
on up there. Go.
Yo, give him some pills.
Come on.
Hey, show up, show up.
Lacey.
I'll talk.
Morning.
You're on his way now.
Hey, yellow team, let's get ready. Round 2. Don't let up.
Hurry up, Junior.
I see y'all running late. Hey, we set up too. Let's get it.
Oh, they talking shit.
Hey, I like that.
Oh, they talking shit.
Hey, we can continue. Hey, meet me at the 50. What's up? Don't be scared. Hey, we go to Gauntlet today, baby.
Murder's ass, Emery. Gulag.
I'm calling you out. I want that challenge, baby.
That's yesterday. It's a whole different day, baby.
Come on up here, Junior. Come on. It's your world. Come on. Let us sit right there. Oh, so see, I brought it up. The gulag is open, and I want to let you know, whoever won the gulag yesterday, come see me. I got your coin. You win in the gulag, you get a coin, you pull it out. The price, the amounts are various, so you pull your own fate. If you go in and win in the gulag and come out, you get to pull the coin out, go scan it, you might get some money. I don't know the values, but you will get something.
I guess I'm going to today.
Closer to your mouth.
I'm covering it, so I ain't like kissing the motherfucker, but yeah.
Kiss it.
Your world.
What's up, Blue Squad?
Yeah!
Boo!
Don't be mad, bro. Don't be mad. Yeah, all right. Not much really to say. Just same as always. Just be safe out there. Respect the refs. Respect each other as always. Let's kick some yellow ass.
Don't sleep.
Ain't nobody sleeping. Ain't nobody sleeping. But let's get it. Let's go.
Thank you. All right, so with that being said, hey, y'all have a good game. Y'all be safe. Let's go.
Game on Sunday. We switched sides. We had a strong showing out the gate. We really were pushing uphill battle at this point. They were basically ahead in points. I cashed in a bunch of my missions when they were finally able to be cashed in.
When you just had on. Oh, that was the one I just had on. Okay, never mind. Okay. Okay, so you're going to take these, Lacey. You're going to go up. I'm pretty sure one of these
It's gonna be completed.
will be completed by that. I think it's the loot the radioactive rod safely, but if you can do, it might be the loot 2 chemical waste packages. So I don't know which one it is.
I don't know if these are rods or chemical waste.
I don't know, so it's either or, and I would go about that. So I would go up and scan them in their shack.
Okay.
And then do this card with Guru.
Okay.
And then bring on back.
Both of them, or there's one in each.
See what you can get done with them.
Yep.
He might take 1 for 1. You know what I mean? You can complete both. I don't know. Smooth them a little, Lacey.
I gotcha.
Those doe eyes you give me all the time.
Oh, you got it.
It got a little closer than that, but they had gotten this gold skull. They got it. Yes, they got it on day 1, and then they got it again on day 2, and that really helped push them into a lead, a really big one. But we said, you know what? I took Emery aside and said, hey, you know what we can do though? Let's get this story ending. Let's be the ones who get to make the decision on the story ending, which I was informed of by Guru, which would be whether or not you blow up the Sherwood. Basically, the final battle rolled right into from the day. The second half rolled right into the final battle.
Oh, do we have more to do? I can
I
definitely do more laps.
I need to get the data heist.
Oh, hell yeah.
Juggernaut was in the castle when I walked out of there.
Yeah. Okay, so the final battle is we need the smooth ball still. Whether that one, we need the smooth ball still. That apparently Guru told me he threw it down in front of a player. That could have been that one, and they didn't pick it up, or maybe they did. I don't know. And then one of those yellow tubes, and that all needs to get into the tower for the final battle. We have to
Didn't I just turn in another yellow tube?
Yeah.
But it's one yellow tube. It's a dick and balls basically. It's a joke.
Oh, 2 balls in the tube.
It's 2 balls in the tube.
Okay.
Yellow light stick and a ball.
So we had all these nuclear supplies, these cool little 3D printed nuclear supplies, and everything we needed. So the whole idea of the final battle was control the top room, the top tower in the castle, when the bell rang at the end. And we had the castle at the start of the final battle. We fought right in there. I was up on the second floor, and then I got shot out. I came running back in. I got back up on the second floor. I was trying my best to shoot down. I ran out of first strikes. I was trying to rile up everybody and get everybody running. I was using myself as a human shield to help run people into the building to get them in. We tried our best to do it. The guys upside, up at the top here, and we have some footage of it.
Looking like the bottom now belongs to blue.
Blue's got the bottom.
Bottom now belongs to blue.
All right, well, give them hell still. We're going to need help. Get back to us. Paco, they own the ground floor.
Blue's on the ground floor. Blue's got the ground floor. Whew, that makes me dizzy.
Oh, damn, you're getting ballsy.
Here they come.
Players hit! Players hit! Let him out! Players hit! Players hit! Let him out!
It's Paco. They fought this great battle up there, trying to keep it to the last second. I was on the Fredo with them, like, ring the bell, like, let's rile these people up, ring the bell. And I was trying to get everybody, like, come on, guys, they're up there, they're ringing the bell for us, we got to get up there and help them and push back the blue team. And they held it right down to, I believe it was the last couple minutes, or the last minute, and then they got pushed out in the last minute, giving blue a chance to control the top with all the nuclear materials and making the nuclear weapon they needed to blow up Sherwood if they so choose. It was just a dramatic ending. It was a great weekend at that point. I kind of had to stop and admire everything. Go, man, this was a great weekend. A great game all the way through.
Saying goodbye to Spawn here. I spent most of my weekend. Well, we traded sides, of course, this morning. Just got through the final battle. We held the tower right up to the last minute or two. And the blue players forced out our guys up top. It's a hard fight. Let's see the final score here when it's announced. Now there is a live scoreboard, so I already know the score. But it's funner to build drama with you guys, I guess. I'm gonna go take a seat and pull up the camera and get it all set up. Maybe if there's time, I'll hit up that taco truck.
So welcome to Ronin's Edge. What would we enjoy seeing used by Guru in future Guru games of Ronin technology? I put a little thought into this. Over the course of the weekend, I was wondering how many people had inserted into the game or been eliminated. I think those would be interesting to have. It'd be kind of hard to get people to actually do it, but every time I was spawning in, there was a ref there at the entrance. It'd be interesting if they had the RFID reader kind of thing that you had to put your card on to do that. It could record, the number of times you're on, and if you're coming off the field or when you get back onto the field, it could count towards a little bit of points here or there or something. Be an interesting system to figure out. I'd be interested in seeing those numbers as well. You could end up having an award for like longest person on the field all day or something if you could get people to actually respectfully play by those rules, or figure out how to get them to have to scan as they're coming off to record it all. Other than that, the one thing I missed from playing the other Ronin game I played, Firefly, was the use of the phone app. I think there was a lot of useful stuff on there with the map on the field and all that stuff. Missions going directly to your phone. I do miss that. In this game there wasn't too many. The main missions were more about the flag stations than anything else. So it'd be interesting to see some of that stuff incorporated as well as that mini map where you can see other players on it. And you can know where the rest of your team is and that kind of stuff. Moving forward, I think it'd be interesting to have like an up to date, like you can almost go like, oh, there's blue players over here on the map or something like that. Like check in, like you're like tagging them, where they are on the map, so you can almost see like a more up to date battle map on your phone. That'd be kind of interesting to see that implemented. Other than that, I think those would be the two things I would love to see Guru do going forward with this. I was always a fan of that. Yeah, the use of the phone on the field, or I understand it. Some people like to complain. They don't want to bring their phones onto the field. But that's because you're a pussy. And this has been Ronin's Edge.
How are the refs out there this weekend? Just a minute. I get echo up here in a minute. Hold your horses. Jeez.
The reffing was fantastic all weekend. I really enjoyed it. Shout out to Echo as the head ref. I think it was his first time being a head ref.
First of all, thank you guys for 99% of you being super cool. 1% of you got kicked out. That's fine. Thank you to these guys. I seriously am nothing without the rest of this team. You guys crushed it out there. And you know what? In our next game, when Matt comes back, we're going to be that much better, and it's going to go that much smoother. And thank you for everybody that was dealing with the prop issues. We tried.
Good job.
I know. And thank you to Lacey for not shooting me. But everybody else, I know who you are. I did. For the record.
Did a great job. Grizz was right up there with it. He kind of did a little NPC work, too, as like a merchant type character. We did a lot of good stuff here. I think the refs really found a balance of, and this is a lot of their first times reffing an event or running an event. I think they found a good balance between knowledge of the rules and upping the drama, or knowing when to de-escalate the drama of it all. I think they really struck a great balance. I saw them feed into a couple things once or twice. I went, oh, that's gonna light the fire just a little bit. Because anybody who knows anything about scenario knows the refs are a part of the game as much as the players are. That any good ref is in the mix with the players and helping drive the game. And they normally do that kind of stuff in the background, working with producers and stuff to hit a nice balance. I think they did a good job, and I look forward to playing more games with these guys working as refs. Or it's been mentioned to me that they might get a ref staff, and then the mutants who are reffing might go into an NPC type third-party role for this next one. That'd be interesting, or games in the future. I think they'll hit a really good balance with that. Good job to them. I applaud their efforts. I never felt at any time that the game was out of control, or that things weren't being looked after on their end. So A+ on the refereeing for a new ref staff.
Just how'd you guys like how the tech worked out there, the scanning? All right.
Talking about the tech, what we saw out there with the RFID, with the cards and the buy stations and that kind of stuff, and the flag stations, worked really well as far as I can tell on surface level stuff. I know there was a few hiccups here or there with some of the readers and things like that, but it was worked out. I thought it had a really good flow, and that's stuff that will really get better in time as they master using this stuff. It really did bring an improvement to the atmosphere, to the game flow, to just what I was there to do, what everybody was. Just seeing all the players that wanted to line up to scan their card and put in their stuff, and then be like, okay, what do I do now? It actually interjected a new energy into commanding or talking to those players at that level. I really think this is, they've hit on something here. Guru's hit on something here that is a new vein for the purpose of scenario. And I'm happy to see, I was happy to be for the first one, and I'm happy to see where this goes in the future. There's going to be a quite a many year, I believe, of this, where it's just fantastic stuff again and again.
To let you guys know that haven't played old school scenario, usually the commander has 1 or 2 mission teams. All the other players, you guys are cannon fodder because they don't trust you, they don't know you. They give all the missions to 1 or 2 teams. Usually it's their own team, which sucked for new teams trying to break into scenario play. Today, we had 150, about 160 players. Out of those 160 players for a first-time Guru game, which is phenomenal, out of those 160 players at 11:20 today, Indy informed me 88 of those players were scoring points for their sides. At 11:20 today, there was 1.1 million points scored between the 2 teams. That tells you something right there. Everybody was interacting, everybody was working for their teams and scoring for their teams. With 101 million points at 11:20, the difference between the scores of the 2 teams was only 2,500 points. You guys embrace the technology. I talked to so many people coming up at the air station that everybody said this is the future of paintball. This is the future of scenario. Because everybody is involved, everybody can make a difference on the team, on the field. It's not just 1 or 2 teams or 1 or 2 players. Everybody gets to interact and do something. So again, good, big round of applause for Guru. I'm gonna bring him up here for showcasing this.
Thank you, everybody. Like, everybody, thank you for real. Like, thank you. This is a hell of a first game. I just want to say thank you. For people who know me, they understand how hard this is, so thank you.
The award section. Yay, participation trophies, my favorite. So we had MVP to hand out, MVT, Mofo for both sides, as well as Young Gun. But what's going in first here is the highest earner trophy. Now, this is a monumental one because it's the first one ever for the highest earner ever. The first one for a Guru game. There's only one to hand out in the game. There's also the Gulag Trophy winner, the number of coins you get for that. So you'll see both of those here in a second. Now, this first clip with the earner, to explain this a bit, this woman's name is not Corey Brimble. That's the name the server randomly gives players. I had a random name too until they changed my name after I went up and talked to Guru. And they went, yeah, we'll change your name, no problem. They put it in as Nuts. A lot of other people did this too, to try and claim their spot in the leaderboard so people could see your name. So yeah, her name is not Corey Brimble. I actually will have a scenario player highlight for her, as you'll see here in the video.
Corey Brimble, come on up. So, Corey Brimble here scored for her team $112,900. She is the very first Guru Games highest scoring player. So, Emery, you are the Gulag winner for this game. You got the most points. So, the gold coins you guys won in the Gulag that you would give if you would have kept them, the ones who had the most would have won that. He had the most. Congratulations.
Young Gun. When I mean he ran with me and our crew the whole weekend, when I mean he was on front line, shooting the shits, he didn't give up. He stayed out there every last minute. Alexander, come on up, baby.
All right, so this young man just turned 10. With his award for being a young gun, Gator Mail has donated a Gator Mail to him, so he'll tell him what color he wants. He'll make a custom for him.
MVP. What I mean, he stayed out day one, made sure we had everything we needed. He helped us so much on this field. I'm glad to be honored to give him this award. Josh, I need you to come on up, baby. That's how you do it. So right when day one was getting ready to end, he went out there with a flashlight, made sure we had everything we needed. After everybody was gone, he made sure he even asked the refs to make sure he get clearance. I appreciate you, bro. Congrats, bro.
Thanks, guys, for coming out. I want to thank the blue team. Thanks for bringing it all weekend. We appreciate that. Yellow, thanks for keeping up the fight. We appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, so netted myself an MVP award on this one. I kind of appreciate that from Emery, so thank you, Emery, for that. When he came up to me and said, "You're getting it," I kind of was like, wow, okay. I get them for stuff, and I go, I don't know if I deserve for that. I kind of had to remark back on this one that I did put in a lot of effort in the command area to receive this, so, like, I really appreciate that from him to help out, allow me to help out and then get myself this on the back end. It's a really neat trophy. It's one of the neater ones that I think I have from MVP awards or MVTs or anything like that. Kind of this nice little thing. It changes colors at the button there. That's kind of neat instead of just like a pennant. That's kind of cool. I'm hoping I see want to see what else Guru has in the future for awards. This one's really nice. It even has a setting here that it'll cycle through the colors. And me and my family are really enjoying that on weekends. We just sit in front of it and kind of bask in the glow of my greatness. So, yeah, no, this was a nice little exclamation point on the weekend. And it was... So thank you again, Emery. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you. Excuse me if I just for a second. Hey there, Toots. Just put it with the others.
MVT. This team stand out the most. They worked around, bust their ass. Final battle, they held it down, made sure, but nobody come up top, even if it's their own color.
Or their own commander.
True, even their own commanders get shot.
Red
Red fella, I need y'all come on up, baby. Damage Inc. Devil H in a port.
I would have shot you already. There he is. There he is.
Good job shooting your commander because that shit was funny.
That was fun.
Yeah, I was all the time. Oh, he's like, no, what's going on?
This Mofo Award goes to a team that came out short notice and just asked me whatever we needed to get it done.
Mofo's supposed to go to the other team.
Oh, to the team?
Most formidable.
To the other team. They kept us busy. They gave us help, and I want to give this a 3D.
Yeah!
Go man! Go man!
Oh yeah!
That's a hard one.
Thank you guys, man. It was a fun game. This has been one of the funnest games that we played in the last 2 years. Thank you, Guru. What? Thank you, Guru. Thank you, Sherwood. I ain't the captain, bro. We don't do that no more.
Alright, for our young gun, this kid did a bunch of crazy stuff. We asked him to do certain things. He didn't even ask one single question. He actually got the Juggernaut
with a Predator missile.
Twice. Ran up on him. Reaper from 5-0.
Get up there.
No, you're not. This is bullshit. You're 25 years old. Yes, it better be straight up
I'm gonna need a birth certificate.
Alright, for our mofos, these guys were kicking our ass, trying to be in our spawn every single damn time. You know, we got into a couple words, but we handled it on the field. We took care of it on the field. That's how it is. Hell pigs, get up here.
Y'all definitely deserved it.
It's all love at the end of the day.
I don't know where the camera. Oh, it's over here to the left. We dyslexic.
And on the ground. And on the ground. MVP. This guy, 0 questions, same as always. We already know what he was about. Came in, took care of all the missions, every single one. Sticky, get up here. This man came in, not a single question. He says, what do I gotta do? This, okay.
Give me more.
Give me more.
Give
He
me
came
more.
for more and more and more and more. I was surprised. Thank you, bro. Okay, MVP. This squad helped us out so much. Everything, like every single part of the event and missions and second, everything that we had to figure out. They were there for it, no questions asked, and they figured everything out. They literally went out there, looked for every prop, locations, everything. Like Dominion up here.
Dominion!
Logan is the brain. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Hey, you're taking shots, pal.
Logan, this guy broke down everything.
Give them some useless shit.
You guys want some sniper cards? Good job, guys. You guys are amazing. Yeah, that's okay.
Alright, so I got the commanders, I got the XOs up here. We're gonna do the part that people probably already know, but I'm gonna do anyway. The winner of this game with the score of 772,450 to 855,850, the blue team.
Hey man, thank you guys so much to all my players. Y'all kicked ass. If it wasn't for y'all, This wouldn't be in my hip right now. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I fucking love every single one of you guys.
Thank you guys for coming out. He covered most of it, but again, red and blue coming to support Guru's game. Let's make sure we come out future-wise and make it bigger. Blue and yellow, I'm sorry.
I am here with Boogeyman again. He's been crowned the champ of this event. Sir, how do you feel about this event?
Man, this event was definitely something new. It was a little bit out of controlling, but hey, we ended up putting our brains together and we got it just going crazy. We figured everything out and we just started shooting up.
I kind of thought it was always a give and take all weekend. I thought we were real evenly matched. It was really a give and take and it was quite well.
Honestly, yes, it was a really, really good war. You know, a lot of back and forth. You know, once Jolo team started kicking their stuff up to us, well, you know, the points started getting real close to each other. Well, you know, we just had that over.
Well, that was me. I had a stack of those secondary faction mission envelopes. I just went in. I was like, just put these all in this morning.
Yeah, that's why you got that award.
Yep. Yes, it was, sir. Going into the event, what was your strategy?
Honestly, man, as soon as I got into the field, and I knew already that I had my team set. I knew which team was going to take out of what. I had teams here that basically lived at this field.
Yep.
So I had that strategy that as soon as they came into the field, I knew where to send them. You know, so we just took over the field. That's all we had to do.
Now, if you could go back before this event, what would you do differently going into it?
Honestly, no. Honestly, no. I'm happy the way that we did things. I'm proud of the decisions we made as a team, you know, because this is me and my ex Goya that we did this together. As a team, I feel like we did an awesome job.
That's often I hear from all commanders, especially the winning ones, is the cooperation level is far superior on their side overall. I'm glad to hear that you guys worked that out and you got that done. So what do you think of the technology?
Honestly, this technology is a whole new level. It's so much fun how you have to scan your cards for everything. It's like, so if you want to be known of what you're doing, this is where it's at with the scanning stuff and all this, you know, logging in with the boxes and all that stuff. It's amazing. I love it.
Thank you, sir. I gotta say, thank you. You did an excellent job as an opposing commander.
Yeah, thank you.
Look forward to playing with you in the future.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Later.
I'm here again with Emery. It's the end of the event. Sir, how did this event go for you?
Got another one? Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Event went great. We fell short by 2,500 points. And 2,500, a lot of people think, well, 2,500 points is not a lot in this game, a scenario game. It can come down to 2 props. It can come down to 2 missions. It can come down to 1 mission. We fought hard. We was down by at least 30,000 at first. Coming into day 2, we brought it back and we fell short by at least a couple missions, a couple props.
Looking back on the event and now that you're here, if you could go back in time to Friday or before, what would you have done differently leading up to the event and your strategies going in?
Well, I did different. Day 1, I would have stayed more. And pushed around and flanked a little harder. Instead of being conservative.
Would have been a little bit more aggressive with the play?
Yeah, a little bit more aggressive, yeah.
Get up there and get those guys in the lines and pushed up.
Yeah. Day 2, can't really say anything bad about today.
We pushed hard today. We had about 20 players, I think, for our side, is what I was counting through when I saw everybody. So I think we really worked hard with those 20 players.
Right. Even with them 20, final battle, we didn't give shit up.
Yeah.
We stayed to the game plan. We stayed down. We bunked down. Came down to the last minute, 2 minutes, couple seconds, and they still can't get the shit.
What do you think of the technology?
Love it. I mean, it's great for a first time in Indiana. Something new, something different. I'll say one thing about this event. Guru did his thing, stepped out the box. Even with the goulash where you're using throwing knives, using plate throwing knives, using. Yes, they got a banner. They got a banner going around getting signed. It's a yellow banner right there.
It should be. You're a big fan of the technology. You like it,
right? So it's different, and to bring something from a video game to real life, it's close to you.
So thank you very much for all the hard work. You were an excellent commander.
So
No, you're welcome, sir. I was glad I could help.
always, hey, check them out. If you see them in the event, if you see them out, give them a hit. Thanks, man.
All right, so listen, the last thing here, right? So I don't know, the final battle, you guys had to get to the top of the castle with 3 chemicals and stay up there, right? Whoever won that final battle was given the chance to do something with the nuclear weapon. I am asking you, Junior, what would you like to do with the nuclear weapon? You can blow up Al Sherwood and we can start all new, or you can disarm the bomb and let us play again on the same field.
Burn it all to hell! Don't look at us, don't look at us!
Nah, I think we won the first one here. Run it again. I think we should run it here at Sherwood again.
Yep!
We weren't going around. I'm gonna change the field around next year. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're still gonna be here. I'm just changing the field. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna keep it. That's it. We're gonna keep it here. We're gonna keep the field. I am running this back again at for the Sherwood Classic. I'll see you guys next year.
So the final score, breaking this down as we can see here. So yeah, it was a hard fought defeat. We earned that defeat. Yeah. So the yellow side, the archetypes, we lost. By a pretty good margin there. Now, if you look at, as I said before earlier, that gold skull, I think it was worth a large amount of points. And they were having to get it the second time. So it really helped out that spread, putting it further apart. Good on those guys. Good on the Dark Covenant. They put out a great showing, and they earned this victory. I really am happy with the outcome of this game. There was no point at this where I was sitting back going, this is some bullshit. Or some producers cooking up some crap. I trusted the system, and it showed to work pretty well in terms of keeping the points and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to future Guru games and this structure or format or the way the points are kept, right up to being able to see it all weekend and kind of being able to shift gears or going, we need to get back into this, or we need to get more people out of the pits and into the game. A+ on all that stuff. Transparency with points is always a sticky point with scenario paintball. I'm not a fan of games that are like, we got it under the hat till the last second, or the last battle's worth all the points, or something silly. That you can just tell that producers, pulling a little bit of a trick on you, just to get people playing paintball for the weekend. I'd rather come to a game where you're trying to tell a story without points. And I enjoy that, playing all weekend, where just something happens and you're like, great. And outside of a game that's shabbily constructed to be competition and has never actually won. This game was a competition. Which brings us into our final thought. Why would you play a game like this, Joe? What's the point? It's supposed to be fun. Scenario's just supposed to be fun. No, it's not. It's supposed to be a competition. It always has been from the start. There's always been winners and losers in Scenario. And this game just helped cap that off. We're into a new era of Scenario with this game. And I'm telling you this right now. The final thought of this is simple. This game will go down as one of the best games in the 20s. In the 2020s. It will, of a decade. It will go down as one of the best games. And you're missing out if you're not already signing up for Mutant Warfare 2. I'm telling you that right now. There's already a good lineup with commanders at a great field. You're going to be missing out. I don't understand somebody who's saying that. Like, why do a game that's competitive? Why go to a game that's a little rowdy? Why go to a game that's a little dirty? Well, guess what? Some of us wake up in our day and go, I got that dog in me. And when I say I got that dog in me, he looks a little like this guy. That's Brody. He's a good boy. But in all seriousness, it's the same thing. Who loses the competitive style that they have that brought them into paintball in the first place? When it comes into paintball, to get pelted with paintballs and lose, to be the guy walking out going, I'm covered in paint, look at me, I really came out on top today. My goal is to get covered in the most paint possible. That's not what it is. The same reason that these games can be competitive, they can be legitimized, they can have the producer's fingers pulled out of the pie and actually be legitimate. And Guru proved that. So every person who's standing there going, it's not real, it's not anything, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. Do not miss out on another Guru game. Do not do yourself the favor. overall, this game, the reffing, the technology, the storyline, the rules, the actual gameplay, the field itself, every part of this was an A+. There's no part of this where I went, man, that is wasted money. I can at least find 1 or 2 things at most events that I attend that I go, I don't know if that was worth the price of admission. Every part of this was worth the price of admission. But for those who sat at home, griping, you're a pussy.
Who got their shoes wrapped?
Hey, yeah, hey, wait, hold on. Who robbed my ref of his shoes? Hey, yeah, and then somebody robbed my ref walking to his car last night. Like, right, okay, there we go.
So as we're wrapping up this episode, thank you for tuning in. Coming up soon, we have some interviews with Joe Stayback, the owner of Sherwood Forest, as well as Bobby Goglin, a legendary referee who's been in the scene for a very, very long time, as well as Guru. So look forward to those when they pop into your feed, as well as our review of the Raid series, No Easy Road. That'll be coming up very shortly as well. We're working on those right now. They're already in the can, as they like to say. So thank you for tuning in. I am Josh Nutt, aka Nuts, and though I might not be the scenario paintball person of the year, I am the scenario paintball person your mom prefers. Good night, everybody!